The healing power of Mayana plant. Present-day days appears to be so testing and give us a ton of weight using any and all means, in light of the fact that our life goes from easy to confounded. Starting today 20th century life is muddled, and I presume that straightforward life needs basic things and convoluted life needs confounded things. However, notwithstanding of this real factors, we need not to overlook that among the classes of the word affluent, well-being must be on top least, since it goes along these lines. Being rich in well-being perspective, profound viewpoint, social perspective, cash aspect. What's more, discussing well-being, presently-a-days there are a great deal of current innovations that treat uncommon or not normal sicknesses. As one of the individuals who wear tag to be well-being cognizant individual, we will in general treat uncommon or not basic illnesses by modernize methods for therapy, like having some conference, inspect with the alleged development advances, rush to closest drugstores and get a few meds while not in any event, thinking what sort of synthetic compounds was quite there. But since there is just a single thing that we exposes in our psyche, was that, all we needed is to recover and leave life without limit. However, actually we're all like an old broken batteries that on the off chance that we look on it, the main thing that will go into our brains was that, it's so pointless. The best way to make it valuable was to energize it every now and then. This is the truth that we acknowledge and grasp from the time that we're conceived before, during and after this century. However, to disclose to you I have some incredible news. It's not yet too late. On the grounds that God showered likewise with his mending capacities, the best way to utilize it was to discover those. Yes, your privilege those, and what I'm talking here was no other than therapeutic plants that we could found anyplace in our nursery, simply like this. Mayana, or Coleus blumei benth, P10602600. Mayana was only its Tagalog name and Coleus was its English name, and its Visayan names are Lampunaya, Danfronaya Tapunaya, Daponaya. Clinical uses. Mayana has antihistamine and anti-asthma health benefit. Coleus extricate has been found to have smooth muscle relaxant impact that outcomes in diminishing aviation route obstruction and expanded lung air volume limit. Brought about by Coleus Mayana, by hindering the proteins that cause its breakdown. Likewise diminishes histamine and exacerbate that is delivered by cells because of injury and in hypersensitive and provocative responses, causing compression of smooth muscle and enlargement of vessels, making Coleus useful in the treatment of sensitivity-related asthma. Mayana for glaucoma. Glaucoma is a state of expanded weight inside the eyeball, causing continuous loss of sight. While there are no clinically demonstrated elective treatments for glaucoma, there are a few medicines that might be useful, and Coleus Mayana is one of them. Uplifting news is to report an eye drop was made with its fundamental fixing, the Mayana plant. PANLAPU home-grown eye drops has become a pattern in numerous discussion and string over the web as to eye issues, EENT contaminations, waterfall and glaucoma counteraction, common treatment for eye issues, and the sky is the limit from there. Panlapu originated from the words Panay Island, and Lampunaya, otherwise called the Mayana plant in Panay Island. The supernatural occurrence recuperating intensity of this item originates from the uncommon Mayana plant. Mayana plant resembles our malunggay plant, however the leaves are thicker and has a rosy violet shading. This is privately referred to in Panay Island as Lampunaya. This item likewise has a capacity to mend wounds, and utilized for frail lungs, colds, sensitivities and other body diseases too. Obscure to a large number of us who would at present want to take the customary ordinary medication over natural medication, our nation flourishes with differing types of spice plants that contain amazing mending fixings that can treat the human body. We simply need to understand their latent capacity and utilize these nature's gifts. How to grow Mayana plants. In the event that you are an apprentice in cultivating, Coleus is a decent plant to begin with. They come in shocking hues and designs and are exceptionally simple to develop. You can get them at any nursery stores, and on the off chance that you are fortunate, you can even approach your companions or neighbors for some slicing of its leaves to kick you off. Mayana come in splendid shades of green, red, maroon, pink and now and again with a blend of yellow. The shade of the leaves relies upon the introduction to the sun. They are more exceptional in lower light of suns concealed than in full sun. Mayana can be developed throughout the entire year here in the Philippines. A few assortments can endure the blistering sun while others favor part conceal. They tend repeat all the more adequately in sodden soils. It can likewise be planted from seeds, yet it's best to proliferate from cuttings. Simply stick a few cuttings in water for a couple of days and before long roots will develop. Presto! You have some new plants. You would now be able to appreciate the characteristic mending capacity of the unstoppable force of life.